Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Stedman. Today I'll be teaching you how to do a 2x2 tubular cast on the round. It's very easy to do and very stretchy. I hope you guys like it and give it a try, and here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English, so if you receive a Spanish video and you want to see in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel that you will find the English version in there. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do the 2x2 tubular cast on the round. It looks amazing. Once you try this and you get going, you will love this for all your hat and all the projects that you want to do at 2x2 rib, okay? And stretch a lot all the way. So for this demonstration, I'm going to use the loops and thread impeccable medium 4. The color is ivory, 100% acrylic, 4mm circular needle, and the length is 16 inches. You're going to need a marker and one of these cable needle, okay? So when you're going to make a 2x2 rib, you have to make sure that you have multiple of 4, because you're going to start with 2 net and you have to finish with 2 purl. So you have to have multiple of 4. And you have to cast on always one extra stitch to close the circumference of your piece. When you do this cast on, you don't going to have any visible place where you start or ended your round, okay? It's a really good cast on to learn. Like I said, once you know how to do it, it's like my 1x1 rib. I love that 1x1 tubular cast on because it gives it really nice beginning to your piece. So I'm gonna do a brim for a hat. So at the same time that I'm showing you how to do this, I'll be using what I'm gonna do. So for that hat, I'm gonna cast on 84 stitches plus 1 to close the circumference. You always have to have 1 extra to close the circumference, so that this is not gonna be a waste of my time because I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna do a slip knot and I'm gonna start my cast on. So this is the tail, this is the yarn that comes through the ball of yarn, and I'm gonna do my regular cast on your needle like this. I like this nice and loose in here, that way the hat is nice and stretchy. So the big difference about this cast on is in the first 3 round or row and round, because the first one is a row and the other 2 are 2 rounds. So those are the ones that make the big difference on your piece, okay? So like that, you're gonna cast on the amount of stitches that you want for the piece that you're doing. And for mine will be 84 plus 1. I was just showing you the 2x2 cast on in a tubular manner. So I'll make you here when I have my 85 stitches. Once you have the amount of stitches that you need for your cast on, you're gonna do a knot in here to secure your work. And now we're gonna start with the 1x1 tubular cast on. And yes, it's a 1x1, and we'll turn it into a 2x2. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 1 net, yarn to the front as to purl, and you're gonna pass the purl without working. Yarn to the back and net, yarn to the front, you're gonna pass the purl without working. Yarn to the back and net, and yarn to the front, and you're gonna pass the purl without working. And like that, you're gonna continue working your nets and passing the purl without working, by always you're going to do the purl as to purl, you know, with the yarn in the front, you're going to pass the purl. So you start with a net and you will finish with a net stitch. So I already placed the marker. That way I already have it in here. I don't have to remove that one and place it back. So now you have to make sure that this is not twisted. You see it's a little bit twisted, but you have to make sure that the nice bumpy part is to the inside like that. Okay. Make sure that it's not twisted. Everything is to the inside like this. And now we're going to close the circumference. So to do that, you're going to pass your first stitch and your left hand needle to the right hand needle. And the stitch that is before the marker and in between that one that you pass, this one, you're going to pull with your finger. That will make things easier, because it's the one from here. You make it as big as you want, and you're going to pass it over that needle, and then you're going to pull that tail nice and tight, as tight as you can, okay? Because that's what closes the circumference of your hat or the piece that you're making. So now we're going to do the pass the net without working, and we want to work the purl. So it's the 1x1 tubular cast on that we start with. But in the next round, we're going to make from a 1x1 to a 2x2. Very easy. It will be perfect, you'll see. So now you're going to pass the yarn to the front, and you're going to purl the stitch. yarn to the back as to net, and the next stitch that is a net, you're going to pass it to the right hand needle without working from the front strand like this. Yarn to the front, purl, yarn to the back as to net, and you're going to pass the net without working. Yarn to the front, purl, yarn to the back as to net, and you're going to pass the net from the front strand, okay, like you're working a purl. And the next one is a purl, yarn to the back as to net, you're going to pass the net without working, yarn to the front, a purl. Like that, you're going to continue working in this round, and you start passing the net, and you're going to finish with a purl. Now in this third round is where we're gonna change those 1 by 1 rib to a 2 by 2 rib, and here is where we're gonna use our cable needle. Okay, so and here we're gonna pass the stitches in the back because we have a net and a purl. If we net that purl, you're gonna still have that purl on the front. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this one that is a net, the first one you're gonna net. Now the next one is a purl. You're gonna grab your cable needle, you're gonna take out the purl, leave it on the back, and then the next one is a net, and you're gonna net that net. Now the purl in the back, you're gonna pass it to your needle, and when you pass your yarn to the front, what you have in front of you is 2 purls, and you're gonna do those 2 purls. And like that, as easy as that, you're changing the 1 by 1 rib to a 2 by 2 rib, and the tubular cast on. Very easy. So the next one, if you look at the next one, is a net. You're going to net that one. And then the second is a purl. You're going to move that purl. So you only have to do in each 4 stitches only once every, only the second stitch, and then the other one stay the same. So we did those 4, and now we did the first one at the next set of 4. The second one you pass to the back. The next one, the third one, is a net. You net that one. That one that you pass in the back, you pass it to your needle, and then you have 2 purls. You look at there, it's 2 purls. Yarn to the front, and you want to work on those 2 purls. And like that is how you're going to change from the 1 by rib to the 2 by 2, and it will be really nice. Wait until you try this at home. So I will show you again. So then this stitch, if you look, is a net. You're going to net the stitch. The next stitch is a purl. You're going to pass the purl to the back. The next stitch is a net. You're going to net that net. And then you're going to pass that purl back to your working needle. And then you have 2 purls. Yarn to the front. You're going to purl those 2 stitches. Yarn to the back and net. And you always move your stitches. And now the next one is a purl. You're going to pass that purl to the back. You're going to do this net. Pass the purl back to your needle. And then you have again your 2 purl side by side. You're going to do those 2 purls. And as easy as that is how you create this beautiful tubular cast on in the round. So the next one is a net you're going to net. The next one is the purl that you're going to pull out. Net the next one. Place the stitch back to your needle. And then do those 2 purls. And like that you're going to continue all the way around, and the next round you will do your regular 2 by 2 rib stitch. Okay? So I'm going to show you even closer, that way you can see exactly what I'm doing. So this one is a net. You can see that it's a net. You're going to net a stitch. The next one you see is a purl stitch. That's the one that you're going to pass to the cable needle. You're going to hold it in the back. The next one is a net stitch. You're going to net that stitch. Now you're going to place back that purl into your needle, and if you look, there you have your 2 purl stitches, and you're going to purl those 2 stitches, and like that is how you're going to do this beautiful cast on, and you will have a gorgeous border for your hats. Once you finish those 3 rounds, you've done your 2x2 tubular cast on. Now you can continue with the pattern of the stitch at the 2x2 rib, however the pattern called for. What you have to do next, if you have to change color or anything or whatever you're doing. So this will be part of your rounds. So those 3 will be your first 3 rounds, because it will be part of the measurement as well when you measure your piece. So once you try it, you will love this. You will want to do all your hat with this cast on, because the result is amazing and the stretch is incredible. I really love this border of the hat. So I hope you guys like it, and give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make anything with this 2x2 cast on or just a swatch and you want to send me some picture or some comment if you like it or not, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman Crochet, or my Instagram, Ruby Stedman Crochet. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here in YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.